Hello. This is the presentation for the Group 3 project that has to do with the with the development of a web-based pet adoption platform for responsible pet ownership. My name is Jose Cobo, and I will going over through the introduction that has to do with the problem, objectives, and implication of the project. So pretty much as a pet lover, I would just guide you through this really quickly. Like this is a cat that I used to have 10 years ago, and for some issues, that cat ended up having in a shelter again. And one of the issues that I faced as a pet haver was that I had to find her using just a paper with an address. Due to the lack of a website, information and everything, I have to go to 3 different shelters looking just to giving the description of what the pet was looking for. I was just readopting my cat. I went to the shelter that they gave me, the address that they gave me, and it looks like just the shelter was full. They have to transfer that pet to another shelter. I had to wait probably like a month to actually get my cat back. And it was really frustrating, gave me a lot of anxiety. So it pretty much I just reached the conclusion that most of the shelter's information is disjoint. They don't what's going on in the other one. They don't have control of what the data is. So that's what it led us to create a web, like an application to actually put all this information together in a friendly, user-friendly interface. And the main goal pretty much is just that, and just to not only just to organize this information, but just to provide visibility of what the user and just the pet adopters need to know before doing it. And not only that, let's just to avoid this frustration, and to pretty much just promote a responsible ownership when it comes to adopting pets. And once this application is built, like one of the implications that it's going to actually give us is just besides everything and organizing the data, and of course, like all this serotonin that is going to give us the pet lovers, like to get a pet at home, it's just to increase the rate of adoption at an increasing rate, pretty much. And not only us, but the community in general. And besides this, like the quality of life of this pet is actually unstable when they are living on the street. That cat over there is a cat that I adopted 5 years ago. And for some reason, it died 1 year after. And it looks like it's because it got a weird disease that most of the stray cats have. And it would have been better for him if it was in a shelter, it was adopted way before and it was taking care of it. So this is perhaps one of the goals of the app that we developed. All right.
My name is Luis Romero, and just to echo on what Jose just presented, our goal was to ease up the adoption process, just make it easy for everyone to adopt a pet and encourage people to pet ownership. We believe in the importance of our platform because it would increase pet adoption, reduce pet overpopulation in shelters, and improve the quality of life for these pets. The customer setting for the project, we decided that the primary beneficiaries of the project would be families and individuals looking to adopt pets, as well as the animal shelters and rescue groups. The background of the project idea and the problem. The project idea comes in response to a temporary suspension of the new animal intakes at a Miami-Dade animal shelter due to capacity issues. So we feel that our project definitely addressed that problem. Which is the pet overpopulation in shelters. Description of the application, uniqueness of the application, our platform, we believe that it will stand out from others by just being one-stop shop where people can just go and play and just to one place and adopt pets. So basically you can get all the information you need from various shelters, from local shelters and rescue groups in one spot. It provides, search features, educational videos, resources, and support. Our team and roles, we have a team of 5, which consists of a project manager, a scrum master, a product owner, a front-end developer, and a back-end developer. The technology that we use the web development technologies such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, along with the backend frameworks like .NET, Python, and Node.js. The design process, to create the design, we took a close look at what we needed, including shelters, adapters, and community members. And we broke down the whole process into smaller parts so that we would understand the design and just so that we could work on different use cases and situations. We utilized UML, a unified modeling language, to represent our system, to create our system and show it via UCS diagrams, class diagrams, sequence diagrams. The verification process involved test planning and execution. We created test cases for each user story. And these test cases cover scenarios, just to name a few, registering a new shelter, logging in, posting a new pet, etc. In the timeline, we, even though we came across some challenges and we had to make some adjustments in our schedule, we, at the end, working as a team, we, on the front end and the back end, we were able to overcome those time constraints and develop and deploy our system in time.
All right, my name is Enio Mayale. I'm gonna demo the product features. So the following are the product features that we're gonna show. We're gonna run into the shelter registration, the login, the shelter login, the pet registration, pet search, and pet update into as a shelter. As an adopter, we're gonna test the pet search. We're gonna send an adoption request to the shelter, and as a possible volunteer, we're gonna use another search shelter feature to locate the most convenient shelter for the volunteering, and also the educational videos and blogs that we implemented into the application. So let me go really quick to the application. We're gonna start with a shelter registration. Into the shelter registration, we have all these fields, the shelter name. I'm gonna fill all this information with random information about one possible shelter. So here we add the authentication information, the email address and password. And I'm gonna put one address because it validates one valid address because it validates the address introduced. One URL. This URL is related to the volunteering section in the website for the shelter. This will help us into the volunteering section to provide the right information about the volunteering process. So here in this dialog, the application validates that the address introduces is the correct one. So as soon as we validate, we can either reject or register the shelter. So the application go ahead and register the shelter. We got a confirmation process, a confirmation message, and then we go into the login process where we can go as a shelter and introduce or register new pets. So I'm gonna authenticate with one of the credentials that I already introduced here. Here I already have some pets. I'm gonna run now into the pet registration process. So now I'm gonna register a new pet. So pet new. I'm gonna select just what type of pet, what kind of breed, the date of birth, the sex, the size, the weight, if it's neuter, and the status. So we can either choose as a draft or publish. Publish will show up directly into the search for the adopters. So this is a quick description. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload some images. I don't have images for a cat, but I'm gonna upload some images for a pet that I already have on my computer. So I'm gonna add this pet into the shelter. So we have this new pet available for to be adopted. So we already run for the pet registration. So as a shelter, I can also go ahead and filter this information for all the for any information provided into the interface. So we can either filter the search for the size, we can filter the search for the type, or even for the breed. So this allows to the shelter to easily locate any pet register in the shelter. So this way we get ready when over the search. I'm gonna go ahead and update one pet. So this is a model where we can either add more images or remove images, and we can change any information about the pet. So I'm gonna run into this process really quick. Update, submit. So as you see, the pet is updated in the database. So is working properly in this side. I'm gonna go ahead and now run into the pet search as an adopter. This feature is located into the home page. So right here, we can see all the pets available to adopt. So we can, as an adopter, we can search the type of pet. If we want to find a cat, we search, and we can find the cat that we just registered as a shelter. So if we can either filter for breed, size, sex, neuter, and the address where the pet is located. Inside the pet, we can see the detailed information about the pet, where with all the information that we register as a shelter, the location of this pet, and we can send an inquiry to the shelter if we, as a volunteer, or as an adopter, I'm sorry, we want to adopt this pet. So let's assume that I already, let me check mark this part, which is the pet search. I'm gonna run now the send adoption request. So I'm gonna fill this information really quick. Please allow to send to the shelter an email with my information and the pet information. In that way, the shelter can communicate to the adopter directly. So this feature send an email to the shelter. I already got the email. I can go ahead and let me hide this really quick. Here, I received this email with the information related to this request. So this is the email that the shelter is going to receive, and we can have the adopter information, and we can communicate, the shelter can communicate directly to the adopter. So this is the send adoption request inquiry. So now as a volunteer, we added a new feature that where volunteers can find the most convenient shelter. So they can have a filter by name, where they can locate by name the shelter, and if once they locate the shelter desired, they can go into the voluntary section for the link provided before. So that way they can jump into the voluntary section in that shelter in particular. So this is this part, and then we added the last part is the educational educational videos and blogs, where the potential adopter can find additional information about the adoption process, or how can they take care of their pets, along with other blogs that are available online for the future adopters or future pets adopters. So let me go back to the slides. All right. And then we can jump into the problem solving.
All right. Hey, my name is Alexis Pulowski, and the overall problem that was addressed is that we created a user-friendly web-based platform anyone could connect to with regional animal shelters and rescue groups. We also boosted responsible pet ownership by adding an educational page, which will improve animal welfare. When someone's interested, they can fill out the interest inquiry form shown below, and that was shown in the demonstration. This helps keeps inquiries organized for the animal shelters and rescue groups, and alerts them when they are submitted by the customers. And when they are also submitted by the customers, the animal is removed from the website's main page. To add an organization, it's a very straightforward process. As you can see here, there's a new shelter form, and you just add any animals and their information and pictures that are available for that. Okay, and then this is where you could see what rescue groups and shelters to volunteer for. You just click the action link on the far left to find out more information about volunteering.
Go to the human part.
Hi, my name is Estefano, and I'll be presenting the test case traceability. Pretty much the basic benefits of having the test case traceability is to identify which user story is related to which test case, or vice versa. We did 5 story numbers in our charts for our project. Each has its own description, pretty much, and each has its own process when trying to use the platform to register whether it works properly or not. Examples is like for each case is the login phase was functional and the publish was correct. Those are a couple of examples. During each process, the story numbers pretty much had a test execution that passed all of them pretty much passed. And that's pretty much how the test case went. And that's it.
There we go. All right, thank you guys.